I've been thinking about different ways that people might act, right? And I find that it's very fascinating, behavioral psychology, of the idea that, like, people act in certain ways. Sometimes they don't know why they act that way. It's been repressed. So I thought about repression and what repression is and how it functions. And in terms of repression, I was trying to build a repression salad, right? What happens when repression takes place? So I got to thinking, well, repression in and of itself. Hold on. So repression in and of itself is a function of a um, just right here. So, repression seems to be a defense mechanism. So, government, he describes it as a what would be considered a tertiary form of defense mechanism or a form of trying to escape a stressor. Now, imagine this: you are person A, and you have person B. Person B is a stressor, right? Stressor is happening, you're starting to get triggered. What do, right? You have a couple of options. Either you leave the room, right? You disappear, that's it. Stressor is there, but you're gone. Or two, you stand up to the stressor. You're like, no, you're not going to treat me that way, right? Cool. That's an option. What if you can't do that? Classic examples of that: children. They can't really fight back against their parents, right? They can act in various different ways, but we know those actions are just forms of coping, right? Well, ADHD, or what people would assume as ADHD, is a disassociation from what's going on currently. That disassociation is a form of removing yourself from consciousness of what's going on in that vicinity or that reality. And that is a form of defense mechanism against a stressor you cannot escape. So, assuming that you're stressed by a stressor that you cannot escape, that you have no way of physically being helped by anything or anyone around you, and you feel trapped. And like, let's say for instance that you feel this type of energy, right? Because this is the energy that I think comes to mind when we have that. It's the Eight of Swords, right? Your emotions are drying up, you're losing emotional you're you're becoming more cold-hearted, more hardened. You're losing hope, basically. All of these swords are thoughts like, what if I make the wrong decision? What if I make it at the wrong time? What if I lag it too much? Yada, yada, yada. Remember, eights are supposed to be about self care. So who cares about all these other thoughts, right? You move in just one area, maybe you might cut those bonds, right? They might allow you to free your arms. Yeah, you might get nicked a little bit, maybe that's a possibility. But at the very least, now you can take the blindfold off and see where you're at. So now there's no confusion, right? So the eights, it was important because when I drew cards, before my psychology appointment, I decided to realize, hey, you know what? There's a couple of things that popped out. First, these two. I give myself the care and attention that I deserve. Three of Cups, right? That arising out of the trauma that I wasn't giving myself self care, right? The paradox principle, flip it around. And so now I'm giving myself the self care that I deserve. So now I'm learning to heal various different traumas. What I'm doing is I'm removing generational curses so that the next generation in front of me doesn't have to deal with the things that I dealt with, and neither do they have to be traumatized by what I may do to them based on how I feel and the traumas that I haven't healed yet, right? So that's how we help everybody else. We heal our own traumas. So I thought, okay, well, let me draw another card. And the Four of Cups came out. I mean, sorry, the Five of Wands came out. And it says, I make a difference in the world by simply existing in it. So those two thoughts together, I give myself the care and attention that I deserve, and I make a difference in the world simply by existing in it, would allow me to understand, hey, just by existing in this world and giving myself the self care that I need, which is to help myself and understand how I help myself and how I dress that salad, then I can learn how to help other people by dressing their salads appropriately, right? Then I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. These two numbers, I mean, these two cards right here, they mean something because I said, okay, well, then tell me what I need to know or what I need to learn in order to understand how best to walk my path. This came out in the reverse, the Eight of Cups. Sorry. So I looked at it and it says, my potential to succeed is infinite. All right, so I thought, okay, well, what are these things that are keeping me from moving forward with tarot and astrology for all? It's very interesting because when I think about it, the procrastination to do various different things has to do a lot with being overwhelmed or overstressed with various different options, not being able to choose one. Seven of Cups energy, right? So I was looking at the dice right here, and the seven was popping up along with the 10. So in order for that to reach completion, I have to just do it, aka what I'm doing right now, making this video on repression, trying to keep it as short as possible. But it's kind of hard because I drew some extra cards and I drew a Three of Cups, right? So then I felt, okay, then it is the proper format to give myself the care and attention that I deserve. I should teach other people how to do the same thing, right? Right? So then I drew another card and I ended up um I ended up drawing an 8, right? So the 8 of wands, I was thinking, well, yes, um I need to build up uh more self care, and that's the message, right? I need to build up my potential to succeed by understanding that my potential to succeed is infinite because it's connected to the universe. So I was like, okay, then what would be the format by which I reach this potential, right? Um this method of manifestation and not having myself held back by various different limiting beliefs. So then I drew one of these cards. The affirmation that I use to get from understanding that I give myself the self care to understanding that I make a difference in the world just simply by existing in it is the Four of Cups. This card says, I put my energy into things that matter to me. That's another format of caring for yourself. So I was like, okay, all right, cool. So then I was like, okay, let me draw another card, right? So then I draw another card and I get the Four of Cups or um the Four of Hearts. So then I was like, okay, so then that means I do have to put the energy into things that matter to me. So then I was like, okay, let me draw another card. And the Three of Cups, the Three of Pentacles came out, and I was like, huh, that's a very interesting card to draw. That was the last card that I drew there. So then I drew another affirmations card to see what card would come out. What card that was connected to, and that card was connected to the Three of Pentacles, right? So this card says, I trust that I am on the right path. So in understanding that intuition is guiding you is how you understand how to be infinite, right? Because intuition is connected to the infinite. So then I was thinking, okay, well, this Eight of Pentacles, like, what does that mean, right? What's what why is the Eight of Pentacles, why is the Eight of Wands there? So then Eight of Wands, I took that card out of the deck, and that card says, I am courageous and I stand up for myself. All right, so then I realized the key to repression is to stand up for yourself, because you don't want to go from that primary stage into your secondary stage of avoidance, Because when you enter into the second stage of avoidance, that that right there, that's where your bad habits build. So if you can get rid of your bad habits at your primary level and not the secondary level, you're gonna have a hell of a better time, you know, doing things. You're gonna have a hell of a better time of understanding how better to deal with various different issues and to deal with your mindset behind those issues, as opposed to just reacting and making your situation worse. So then I told myself, okay, now I have all that information. Let me draw. Oh wait, I seen the six of hearts right here at the bottom of the deck. Right, I'll just go ahead and put it. So then I said, okay, um, how is that important to what is going on right now with this reading, right? So I took the affirmations card out of the affirmations deck because at the bottom of the affirmations deck is the Six of Pentacles. This card says, I forgive those who have harmed me in the past and peacefully detach from them. That is one key to healing traumas, right? Traumas is something that we're dealing with when we deal with repression. So then I said, okay, what does the Six of Hearts say? And it says, I am superior to negative thoughts and low actions. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. I mean, just I was mind blown just by the idea that it was at the bottom of this deck, like at the bottom, and at the same time, just looking at these couple of cards that I drew, the the eight, the three, the five, the four being the key to understanding how to perfectly give yourself the care and attention that you need by trusting that you're on the right path, understanding that you're courageous and you have to stand up for yourself, and at the same time, understanding that that's how you reach your potential, right? And in order to do that, you have to be superior to your negative thoughts and actions and forgive the people that have harmed you in the past. That's what frees you. That's what sets you on the path to building your life in the way you want it. So in my right now, I'm mind blown. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go now, um, because I don't know what's going on right now. But I figure that I might be doing some readings today. Maybe, maybe not. I just wanted to get this video out, and then I'm gonna plan how I want to do that WordPress. Word. I was thinking WordPress Wednesdays. Sounds like a pretty cool name. So Freedom Fridays, WordPress Wednesdays, and then I'll let you guys know what's going on with tarot and astrology for all, how everything's going to be organized, because I'm still in the process of organizing that. But for those of you guys who like this, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the channel because that's going to help me out a lot. And go ahead and share it because these are meant to help you. It's meant to help me, and it's meant to help all of you guys. So, with you know what, I feel very pulled to draw a card from here. So let's see what this is going to heal, right? Because it might be important to understand what it heals to find a better format for your own self to heal that the best that you can. Because this is more of just like a general format for healing that. Yeah, focus on yourself, right? Focus on yourself. You cannot make this up. Look at, stop telling yourself you can't. Boom. Boom. All right. So with that, that's all good. That's all done. Um. Oh, the color. Yes, this one is Shamrock Green, right? And it's. Can you see it, guys? It says lucky. What was it? Lucky to know you. I don't know if you can see it, but it says lucky to know you. So there you go, guys. Lucky to know you. Hopefully, it's lucky for you to know me. And I will go ahead and see you guys on the next video. Have fun.